Shoshone Falls is located in southern Idaho and is located just outside of the city of Twin Falls. The falls is located along the Snake River inside the famous Snake River Canyon, which is also famous for a jump spot that Evel Knievel once attempted during the 1970s. Shoshone Falls was my grandpa and I's last major stop on our road trip throughout the Mountain West during May of 2024. My grandpa and I got up pretty early that morning as we got out of our hotel and made our way over to Shoshone Falls. We wanted to make sure we had enough time to spend there just to really take in the scenery and the beauty there before we made our way back to California later that day. It took us about 10 minutes to drive to Shoshone Falls from our hotel in Twin Falls, and normally it is about a $5 fee to access the park there because it is a Idaho state park, but we were there so early in the morning that no one was collecting the fee, so we got a free parking spot and entry into the park. My grandpa and I quickly spent some time there checking out all of the information plaques about the falls. One thing I particularly liked is that they included a lot of the history of the indigenous people who once used these falls as part of their daily life. Alright, my grandpa and I have made it to Shoshone Falls State Park. We just parked here in the parking lot and you can sure hear the waterfall from the parking lot, can't you?
Yeah, you sure can. It sounds like it's really flowing, man. So it's going to be a good sight to see.
And what's even better is that there's no one collecting the $5 fee when we entered the park, so I guess we get a free show.
Yeah, lucky us.
I guess the benefits of coming really early in the morning.
Yeah, that's true.
We're here just before 8 o'clock, so... And as you can see, we're one of the only people here. It only takes about a minute to walk down to the viewing platform from the parking lot to overlook Shoshone Falls. Shoshone Falls is known as the Niagara of the West. However, unlike Niagara Falls, it is actually taller and has a height of 212 feet. Shoshone Falls has an average discharge of roughly 3,500 cubic feet per second. While this doesn't even come close to the discharge of Niagara Falls, it is still very impressive to look at, and definitely earns the nickname the Niagara of the West. Shoshone Falls was formed by cataclysmic flooding during the Bonneville Flood of the Pleistocene Ice Age roughly 14,000 years ago. This is the same flooding that created the Snake River Canyon, Hell's Canyon along the Snake River farther downstream, and the Columbia River Gorge along the Columbia River. The falls were documented by early explorers as early as the 1840s when many people were traveling along the old Oregon Trail. The falls had been a fishing and trading post for Native Americans for thousands of years. Of course, the falls is named after the Shoshone Native Americans, who are the original inhabitants of the area. It should go without saying that Shoshone Falls is best viewed in the spring during the peak snowmelt season. My grandpa and I visited Shoshone Falls in mid-May, which is roughly the time of the year when the flows are at their peak. This is my third time visiting Shoshone Falls, and this is by far the best viewing of the falls that I've had, as the other times were much later in the year and the falls weren't flowing as much as they were on this visit. Of course, while you're there viewing Shoshone Falls, don't forget to look in the opposite direction of the falls down the Snake River Canyon, as the views are just as awesome. If you're lucky, you might see a few more waterfalls here in the Snake River Canyon if you look in the opposite direction of Shoshone Falls. Of course, Shoshone Falls is the main attraction here, as it should be, but don't forget to look out and see the other waterfalls as well. I've seen some awesome waterfalls in my day, but there's just something about Shoshone Falls that just leaves me absolutely speechless. This is truly one of the most beautiful waterfalls I've ever seen with my own eyes. Shoshone Falls is a gem in the gem state of Idaho, and it really makes Idaho live up to its state nickname, that is for sure. Even though my grandpa and I's time here was brief, we really enjoyed our time here at Shoshone Falls and just taking in the awesome beauty of this waterfall. Alright, my grandpa and I just got done visiting Shoshone Falls here just outside of Twin Falls, Idaho. What were your thoughts on seeing the waterfall?
Well, it's really fantastic right now. We've been here a couple times, and this is the first time that we've been here this time of year, and this thing is just roaring right now. It's really a sight to see.
I agree. So we're here in mid-May of 2024, and it seems like May seems to be the peak flow month of Shoshone Falls here along the Snake River. It's just absolutely spectacular. I mean, the mist seems like it goes like a few miles down the canyon from just how much the water is flowing right now.
Yeah, it's just it's a sight to behold. It really is.
They don't call it the Niagara of the West for nothing.
No, it truly is. If you ever get a chance and you're out this way, check it out.
I'm just going to end off the video here by showing this 5-minute unedited clip of Shoshone Falls in its natural state. I really hope you all enjoyed watching this video here of my grandpa and I's time at Shoshone Falls here in Idaho. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned to the next adventure. We will see you next time.